If you're struggling to get nice looking skin tones in your edits, it's your lucky day because I have a few tips for you. Starting with this photo right here that seems well exposed for an evening shot, but if I switch to my false color camera profile, we can see that his face is falling into greens and blues, and that means underexposure. And usually we want to boost our exposure in the skin tones until it reaches gray or even slight pink, because that means just above middle gray. As for the white balance, I'm gonna switch back to Adobe Color and push vibrance and saturation to 100%, and now we can see that his entire face goes orange. And if we don't address this is gonna create problems later on when we're trying to color grade our photo. So I'm gonna try and push the white balance to the left until the shadow side of his face is starting to look neutral or even slightly blue. But I think this is good enough for this photo. Let's reset vibrance and saturation, and if we compare this to what we had before, we can see that I opened up the colors in the photo quite a lot. And since we're talking about getting more out of your image, I would advise against boosting up the shadows too much, and instead I would go for a method where I start with a neutral camera profile or even a linear camera profile and then apply a custom gamma curve on top of my entire. But if you want to learn more about that, check out this video that I posted recently. And going back to skin tones, now that I already have a neutral starting point, I can go through any of my color response curve and emulate the colors of film with just one click. And after applying my grade, I like to use this tool right here, which is called Scope 3, and it's displaying a vector scope on my screen based on the photo that I have in Lightroom. And now I can use the calibration panel in Lightroom to make sure that the skin tones in the photo fall right against these skin tone lines. And if they do, I can be sure that the skin tones in my photo are gonna look nice, healthy and natural, no matter how tricky the lighting situation was or how heavy the grade that I applied is at the end of the day. And one last thing that I like to do to most of my portraits is create a large radial gradient on the upper part of the photo that looks something like this, in which I'm bumping up the midtones using the tone curve. And while this doesn't specifically help with skin tones, it helps with the faces looking right because we're really used to light coming from above our subjects. But anyway, these are my tips for nice looking skin tones, and if you feel like you learned something new today, hit the like button on your way out. Bye!